This year I've been lucky enough to get fitted on the channel for drivers, irons, wedges and putters. But there's one club in my golf bag that's a little bit of a mistake. It was a little bit of a concoction, but it's becoming the favourite club of my year. I've used it a lot recently, and a lot of you have had some certain comments. And that club is under this head cover, which is deceiving because that was the first driver I was fitted for this year. But this is a driver I've been using recently, and we've had a lot of comments about one certain thing. Now, I've really enjoyed this driver, but the comments have been around the sound. And over the years, obviously at the moment, sounds have certainly changed on driver. And when I do driver fittings, when I test drivers with Dave, a lot of people mention that I don't care what it sounds like, what it feels like, as long as it goes down the middle and it performs well. But I can highlight, and I will put some on screen now, how many people comment saying it sounds like a cowbell, it sounds really loud. But if you go back to yesteryear and you think about the original Ping sound, if you think about Cobra drivers probably 10-15 years ago, it was a very similar sound to this right here. You can see there a great ball flight taking on the Tiger line here on the 13th hole here at Lindrick. And this is where, yes, that sound is certainly different. It's very different to the PXG that I was fitted for. It's very different to the TaylorMades, the Callaways. It's probably closest rival is the Ping, but again, that doesn't sound as loud as this. But for me, a few others have commented that driver doesn't look very long, and this is where this was a mistake. And this driver head was laying around in the studio, and we didn't have a shaft for that. But then I found a 3-wood, and I thought, I wonder if that adapter fits in the same as the driver, and it did. So I've got a 3-wood shaft in here, which is considerably shorter than my current driver shaft, but I've hit a lot of fantastic shots, just like the ones you'll see on screen now. And for me, this is a very interesting hole to test here on the 13th hole, because a good drive here would be past those bunkers at this time of the year. So obviously, am I getting the distance out of this club? I have enjoyed it, and again, it's one of those, I keep thinking I've got the PXG in the bag, but then when I take the head cover off, I'm never disappointed because I have hit this very well. And is there obviously a call for this? Is there a call for 3-wood shafts in driver heads? Is it a mini driver that has a bigger head that gives you confidence? For me, distance-wise, certainly haven't seen much difference. Now that is out of the middle, and that has carried straight over the bunker. That is a long way down there, and this is where it's interesting. I'm finding the centre of the face a little bit more. Whether that is the shorter shaft, we don't know. Does it give me a little bit more confidence because I'm closer to the golf ball? Potentially. Could that help you? I think so. And there's something going on with the driver market that is a little bit of a secret that I'm going to let you into. And those shafts in your drivers that you go and get fitted for every single year are creeping longer and longer. It was only yesterday when I tested a product for next year, and the shaft was nearly 46 inches long, and this one will be down at around about 43. So 3 inches difference on the shaft is going to affect club head speed. But if you're finding the middle of the face a little bit more regular, the ball speed potentially could be up, and that is certainly what I've found. That drive is as long as anything that I've hit on this hole in the past couple of weeks when I've been hitting my driver pretty well. But for yourself, think about where is your strike pattern. Again, even for somebody like myself, a PGA professional, my strike location varies, but I'm a little bit closer to the golf ball. I feel like I have a little bit more control on my swing. And again, think about it. If you're hitting a pitching wedge, you're a lot more confident over your pitching wedge. Well, there'll be a few comments saying that you don't like your pitching wedge, but you should be more confident that you're going to get a good strike and you're going to be able to hit that ball more consistently than you are with your driver. And that's certainly something to take into account when you're thinking about buying a driver. Do you need the longest shaft possible? Yes, your good one might go a little bit further than your current driver, but if you're on the golf course on a tee just like that, and it's a tough driving hole at your golf club scattered with bunkers, are you going to be able to have the confidence to hit the middle of the face, carry that trouble, and set yourself up just like that one right there? And guys, if you are new to the channel, then welcome to this YouTube channel, and hopefully you want to hit that subscribe button and join us on that journey to 50,000. Again, if you like the video, hit a like on the screen because that does help the channel out. And guys, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, thank you for the support over all the years, and get in those comments below. Are you enjoying the current content? Do you want to see more of Dave? Do you want to see how he's getting on, how his progress with the lessons we've been giving me going, because that's something that a lot of people wanted? Or do you want to see more club reviews? Do you want to see even more stuff get out here? What do you want to see? Whether you're a new subscriber or an old subscriber, what do you want to see most on the channel going forwards into 2025? And now if we talk about on tour, there is a lot more demand at the moment for mini drivers to go into the tour players' golf bags. And again, that's because they want something that's a go-to, something that's consistent, something they might feel a little bit confident on a certain few tee shots that they're playing. And obviously we've come up with a concoction that is a full-size driver head, a 460cc driver head with that shorter shaft that potentially now is going to tick a few more boxes. So we're getting the shorter shaft that makes us feel like we can swing the golf club maybe a little bit more under control. We've got the driver head, the full-size driver head with all the forgiveness in there. But the real test is here. The real test is, we've just seen on the last hole, I hit 2 great shots down the last hole, one just in the rough, one in the middle of the fairway, and a long way down there. But a par 5 here, are you sacrificing getting close enough to par 5s? And yes, I'm thinking, can I still get there in 2? For yourselves, you've got to think here, well, if I go shorter shaft and I don't hit the centre of the face, am I then sacrificing being able to get to that green in 3? But again, we've got that bigger head, so we should get the forgiveness even with slightly off-centered hits and get them still down far enough. And again, a fantastic ball flight, a similar sound. We're used to the sound now, and I'm used to the sound, and just like a lot of people, the comments of it sounds like a cowbell. You'll get used to the sound, because if you're hitting a fairway every single time, like I've seen in comments over the last 4 years of filming, a lot of people don't necessarily care about the sound if it goes down the middle of the fairway. And you'll see that it's a driver that just keeps on giving. A great ball flight down there, just unfortunately missing the centre stripe of these fantastic fairways here at Lindrick. We can see over there the 150 marker, but can I still get there? And for me, yes, can I still get there is a big question. I believe I should be able to, but for you guys, obviously if you hit that out of the middle, I don't believe you are going to lose maybe too much yardage, because again, like I said, ball speed will be up if you get closer to the centre of that face, although drivers are getting better and better now with forgiveness. And I have 225 yards, so I should be able to reach the green. And that for me is a big telltale sign that I've got the confidence. I've hit 2 great shots down pretty much the centre stripe, and it's not holding me back. And like we say, yes, the sound is different. Would you be able to get used to it if you hit great drives? And guys, if you are hitting drives like this, would the sound still put you off? Again, comments are often 50-50. Some people really go on sound, some people don't. Some people don't go on feel. It's all about performance. Performance for me is standing out there. Even if it's a louder sound, would you get used to that? Would you put something in your golf bag? And also, what do you think's coming next year? What drivers do you think are going to come out? Do you think they're going to change sound? Do you think they're going to change anything else on the shaft? Do you think we're going to see more mini drivers? There are a lot of rumours going around at the minute of clubs that are going to be coming out in 2025. We'll have to see. And that's a shame. Just up the right hand side, the drive's not cost me there, my technique has. However, nonetheless, I should still be able to obviously just chip that onto the green. I'm right up there with a relatively easy shot. I've turned this par 5 into a shorter hole, even with a shorter shaft in a driver that does sound extremely loud. Again, Tacoma are bringing out some more drivers, I believe, next year. So again, potentially just like other brands, they're going to be bringing some different clubs out. It'll be very interesting to see if they change the sound. The sounds have been a big talking point. Price point, we know, is obviously less than your premium brands, with it being a direct-to-consumer, but it's performing well, and this is where obviously it was a mistake to make this club. It's one that probably isn't going to stay in my bag forever, as we know, most clubs don't, but it is performing fantastically well, so maybe, why not? So, certainly not position A, but you see there, wasn't too far short of the front edge of the green. Can we get up and down, or can I just make a nice easy par? So like we said there, certainly not position A there, so we've got to go under the tree. Plenty of green to work with. It looks like the green staff have left us a golf ball on the far side. Let's see if we can keep that under. Just, is it over? Oof, just over there. And running on. Gone to around 15-20 feet, so hopefully we can two putt, but I've just remembered there's no putter in that golf bag. And a huge shout out to the greenkeepers here at Lindrick Golf Course, in fantastic condition for late November. Pacey. Made hard work after hitting the middle stripe, but an easy par. So guys, is there a club that you have been very surprised with this year? This is a club that, again, it's a little bit of a made up Frankenstein club, but it has performed exceptionally well. What club have you purchased this year, second hand or brand new, that you've been really impressed with? And guys, like I say, if you're enjoying that content, hit that subscribe button and help us get to 50,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year.